According to the National Association of Realtors report released on Tuesday, the median price of a U.S. home was lower in February than it was in February 2022, marking the first technical drop in median home prices that's expected to continue. This is a significant change as prices have increased over a decade on a year-over-year basis. The median existing home price was $363,000 in February, down 0.2% from a year ago. The drop in prices was more prominent in the West and the Northeast, where housing is just more expensive. However, prices were still climbing from last year in the South and the Midwest. While prices have fallen, home sales have surged in February, marking the largest monthly percentage increase since July 2020, which itself was an anomaly of the pandemic. Some restrictions loosened that month to allow a backlog of sales of existing homes, which include single-family homes, townhomes, condos. They shot up by 14.5% in February from January, despite 22% drop from a year ago. This is great news for homeowners who may have struggled to sell their properties in the last year. The steep decline in sales activity over the past year has been driven by the large increase of mortgage rates. We're all familiar with that. However, conscious of changing mortgage rates, home buyers are taking advantage of any rate declines. We're seeing stronger sales gains in areas where home prices are decreasing and the local economies are adding jobs. Despite a jump in sales, inventory remains stubbornly low, with total housing inventory at the end of February at 980,000 units. Unsold inventory sits at a 2.6 month supply at the current sales pace, down 10.3% from January, but up from 1.7 months a year ago. Inventory levels are still at historic lows. Consequently, multiple offers are returning to a good number of properties. Markets were swift but slower than a year ago, with properties typically on the market for 34 days in February, up from 33 days in January and 18 days a year ago. 18 days. Last week, the Fed raised rates 0.25, which is seen as conservative by some and extreme by others. We'll see how that plays out. Home sellers considering putting their home on the market were still in a strong position to cash in on home equity. Data analyst Realtor.com says the dwindling buyer pool makes the task more challenging. To sum up, the recent data suggests a mixed picture of the housing market in the U.S. While prices have fallen for the first time in over a decade, sales have risen significantly. The large increase in mortgage rates over the past year has driven decline in sales activity. However, conscious of changing mortgage rates, home buyers are taking advantage of any rate declines. We talked about that, leading to an increase in sales. Though home prices have broken a 10-year record of increasing prices, don't expect the decline to accelerate to anything like a crash. Low inventory will likely keep that from happening. If you like this video, tell a friend, give it a like to help me spread the word, and subscribe so you know when the next one drops. As always, I appreciate you and your time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.